You are young.
I'm 17 years old.
You're ambitious.
I worked my face off.
And you want to make it big early in your life. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 7 principles for teenagers and people in their early 20s to become millionaires. The first principle you need to learn if you want to be a millionaire in your teens or your early 20s is that in order to be a king, you must first be a pawn. But in order to be a king, you first need to be a pawn. You first need to be able to earn your stripes. And by the way, I earned my stripes from a very young age. I started my first entrepreneurial ventures when I was 14. You don't just come in, especially as someone who is young, and become the captain all of a sudden. And that is the issue with today's social media bullshit society. They look at things and they look at people and they go, okay, I'm gonna jump from here to here, and I deserve that for some reason. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? You now realize why I would suggest businesses that I started as a pawn, as someone with no resources, no connection, no money, nothing. The younger generation, they look at things and they're like, no, I want to jump straight to the finish line. You have to earn your stripes. So just remember, to be a king, you must first learn to be a pawn. Now, the next principle for teenagers to become millionaires is dress to elevate. And here's what I mean by that. When you are young, people are gonna automatically discredit you. You don't wanna make it worse by the way that you dress. So here's the thing, you can have a 30-year-old that dresses in big labels, Gucci, Balenciaga, wears the funny shoes and all that stuff. And my point is that you can get a 30-year-old that dresses like that looks like a 20-year-old, whereas you can get a 18 or 20-year-old that dresses very traditional, very classic, and you can get an 18 or 20-year-old that looks like they're 30. My best recommendation is just go for clothes that have no branding, no label. So first learn how to just dress classic and timeless, and then later down the line you can start incorporating some suits. You can start incorporating some double-breasted suits. Maybe before you go to the suits, just get some nice blazers and you can pair the blazers with trousers. It doesn't need to be a full suit. So dress older than you are. Now, the third principle for teenagers to become millionaires is have something external that humbles you. Combat sports. Business will humble you because no matter how good you are, when you get in the world of business, the market will tell you how good you are. So whether it's business, whether it's combat sports, you need something external in your life to humble you and put you in your place. Because the thing is, especially if you earn a lot of success at a young age, you're gonna start to think you're hot shit. And if you don't have anything to humble you, you will end up becoming your worst enemy. The next principle you need to follow is no casual dating. Either something serious or nothing at all. Listen, you are a man in your early years. Make something of yourself and either have a partner early on that will support you through that as something serious, or none of this casual Hinge, Tinder, blah, blah, all this bull. It is taking you away from your best years to build. Girls don't want guys who are 19 or 20. And you need to understand this. As a guy, you become most attractive once you get past the age of 25. Really from 25 to 35 is when you're most attractive to women. As I was saying, keep your head down, keep focused, no casual dating bullshit. And then once you've made something of yourself, pop your head up and then you can have a little bit of fun before eventually, hopefully one day you find your actual queen. Principle number 5 is keep your circle small, but your influence large. And here's what I mean by that. There is nothing wrong with many people knowing you or with you having many acquaintances, but you should have very few friends because most people don't understand what true loyalty is. They are around people that they don't like. They're around people for clout or money and this and that. Keep your circle tight, but your influence large. Even in the industry you're in, never unnecessarily burn bridges. Always be very polite and courteous to people. So your circle of influence can and should be large, but keep your actual circle solid and full of good people. The next principle you need to follow is that God will always test you to see what you can handle, and if you can't, he will take it away from you. Making your first million in your teens or your early 20s, that's great. Congratulations. Can you keep it now? And not only can you keep it, can you multiply? Every year after that, can you hold that same standard? So you need to understand that God, if he blesses you, if he gives you that million at a young age, he's gonna see if you can handle it. He's gonna see if you can humble yourself. That's why earlier I told you, have things external in your life that will constantly humble you. Business, martial arts, setting challenges for yourself and seeing if you can accomplish things that really make you dig deep. Because here's the thing, if you don't have these external things to humble you, if you don't humble yourself, God will humble you. And when God humbles you, it's with a ferocity you can't even imagine. Now, the last principle to tie it all together is invest early and invest as much as you can. Here is the thing. If you make money at a young age, try to get away from you as soon as possible. I'm talking about property. I'm talking about maybe even buying some physical gold. I'm talking about things where the money can get away from you and it's not easy to sell. Here's the issue sometimes, and I'm not totally opposed to it. Here's sometimes the issue with crypto or stocks. You can buy and sell very easily. You can't buy and sell real estate very easily. So buying things that aren't actually very liquid liquid at a young age, I think later down the line, once you're established, that can actually be a detriment. It actually makes things a little bit more difficult. But when you're a young age, you are your worst enemy. You're probably the biggest reason you're gonna this up. So what you want to do is once you make money, push it away as quick as possible. You're young and you make a lot of money. You know what people think? People don't think, oh, well done. People think you got lucky. You're better off taking the money, investing it, and that's when you can enjoy and you can live it up and you can do these things, because when you get out of your supercar, people will actually think that you bought that. But when you're 19 and you look young, people will either think you got lucky, they're gonna think you invested in some pump and dump coin, or they're gonna think daddy's money. Any money that comes in, I'm gonna invest as much as I humanly can. I'm gonna make myself solid, and I'm gonna enjoy these things a little later down the line. And as always, I'm watching from afar and I'm rooting for you.